Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. You're looking at an 08 335i. This is a pre-LCI E90 and we're doing an M Sport conversion on the car today. It's a pre-LCI model, but I've already done some LCI conversions. We have the taillights and trunk lid. I have a lip spoiler there. Today we're going to be upgrading to M Sport. We're changing out the rear bumper, changing out the side skirts. We're upgrading the hood to LCI. We're changing out the front bumper, grills, the whole front end basically. I've already done LCI headlights, as you can see. So we're really going to transform the look of the car. The only thing that's not going to be LCI at this point is the side mirrors. I contemplated getting LCI mirrors. To me, they look a little large. I'm not a huge fan of the way these mirrors look. I was thinking of getting some M3 mirrors in the future, the ones that have that little connection point here. We'll see though. For now, that would be one of the only giveaways that this car is not an LCI after we do this conversion. Change out the side marker. So next up's gonna be wheels for sure. But for now, I thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride. So this will be the last video in this series where we mount all the parts. There's 3 other videos on the channel showing you preparing them with bodywork, painting them, and assembling them. So you can find those in the description. But for now, let's get started on swapping out some of this pre-LCI hardware. I'm gonna start with the side skirts. So I'll get set up on a tripod and we'll rip those off. So the car is not jacked up, but you don't need to really jack it up to get these off. But if you look here, you'll see a T30 Torx plastic screw. You got to start loosening this. And then you can use a trim tool to get it the rest of the way out. Like that. Now we'll just give this a yank. Alright, so the difference between the two side skirts are relatively subtle, but if you look here, it goes flat, and then if you look at this one, it's coming right to the end, and it's much more of a bowl shape on the side skirt, so it's more aggressive, where this one's pretty much flat. Here's the inside of the side skirts. This is the OEM one, that's the M Sport. Pretty similar mounting style. All the little grab points are in the right place. There just happens to be more contact area there. This little lip here will snap right in to those yellow clips that are on the car. So let's give that a try. That didn't go as smooth as I would have hoped, so I'm going to remove the clips now. When you take that off, you'll go here and you'll find 2 notches. So you basically tuck it in from underneath and then rotate it up. Even though it mounts a little bit differently, if you look at the clips, they all have a home on the side skirt. Okay, so we're backtracking a bit here. We do need these plastic pieces because they actually support the clip from the backside to angle it up like this. Given how far the side skirt protrudes, you won't be able to snap it onto the car unless you angle this clip up. So anyway, you need this piece on the backside of the clip to angle it, to give it some support and change the angle overall. So on the pre-LCI, these little green clips that go in on the side that engage with these clips don't seem to have enough of a reach to be able to pull this side skirt in. The white clips that came with the side skirt are a lot longer, so they'll be able to engage and snap into the side of the car because the side skirt is overall distanced out a bit more, it seems, down there. So I'm swapping out. I have to pull these little green plugs out and snap those on so I can engage the side skirt properly. So if you're buying these used, try to get all these clips and whatnot. There's a good shot right there. You can make out the extra lip that this skirt has. Was able to make it fit properly by changing out those clips. Alright, so about to take care of the passenger side now. It's going to be the same process, so I'm not going to film the whole thing. I'll show you once I have the new side skirt mounted. There we have it, passenger side mounted, looking good. So let's move on to the rear bumper now. At the rear bumper, we got to pop these covers off. These T-Torques have to come out. These are T25. The taillight's gonna have to come out. There's 3 8mm in here. Looking behind the tire, you'll find 3 screws, 8mm. Peel back on the liner and stuff it behind the tire. The reason we had to do that is because if you look up in here, you'll see the 1 screw right there for the bumper. I'm going to do the same on the other side, and then we'll come back when we're ready to pull this off. So going after all the 8mm bolts around the bottom. Alright, so we're going to give the side of the bumper a pull. And we gotta focus our attention here. That has to pop up. So you can slide it back. So I just had to focus on removing the PDC plugs. Bringing over the new bumper. Alright, I'm just going to put the fasteners back in, not much to see there, not that interesting, and I'll come back once this is done. So here's a completed look. There are a couple of dull spots on the bumper. I wasn't able to knock those out with my buffer on a stand. I needed it mounted firmly on the car, so I'm going to hit those up. You can't really tell on camera, to be honest with you, but definitely looks nice. I really like the look of this lip spoiler. I've had this for a while, but it really conforms nicely with the trunk, and I think it really suits the bumper now. That's just a very aggressive back end compared to what it was stock. Big transformation. So let's focus on the front end now. Alright, next up we're going to remove the hood. We're going to loosen up these 11mm bolts that hold the hood hinges to the hood. The top one's slotted, so we're going to leave that in place so it'll be easy to remove. Pop off the struts. So I removed both hood struts. I removed the back bolt on the hood hinge. I just have the front slotted bolts on both sides. So I put a box in there so I can just slide the hood forward and hopefully just carry it away without hitting the fenders. So the box trick helped to be able to carry some of that weight. I did it with my wife actually, so. This is not sponsored by HelloFresh, FYI.
We just use it.
That's what it looks like with an LCI hood and a pre-LCI bumper for now. So next step, we're gonna focus on the bumper. Taking out the 4 T25 Torx up at the top. Now we'll go underneath and pull the screws from the bottom.
Alright, so pulling off the screws that hold these splitters on. And we'll go after all the bolts at the bottom of the bumper and then go around to the side and get the rest.
So I got my wheel cranked over to one side so we can go after the bolts inside the fender liner. There's normally one here, but that's actually busted on this bumper, but I'll be restoring that once I put the new bumper. Now that we've peeled the fender liner back, we can sneak a long extension with an 8mm up there to get the 2 bolts that are right here and here. That's the bumper removed. All right, bringing the bumper over now. Plugging in my fog light adapters. Turned on the car to make sure the fog lights are coming on. They look good. All right, let's get things bolted up now. All right, so there you have it. You know, the camera does an amazing job of making paint look perfect. It's not perfect at the moment. I have lots of buffing to do and whatnot because I did color sand the bumpers. You know, from 5 feet away it looks mint. But I'm really happy with that look. Super aggressive. It's hard to believe how this car looks compared to when I first got it. So a couple of standouts. These smoke markers that I put on really work with the look. In my opinion, these wheels look out of place now. They don't suit the car, considering the trim doesn't suit the car anymore either. That should probably be blacked out. And these side mirrors don't really suit it. I probably want to get some M3 style side mirrors. That's why I didn't go with the LCI side mirrors, because I was planning to change those out anyway. So more projects to come. Here's a shot of the side skirt. It's really subtle, but it does flow into this rear bumper, which is more chunky on the side. This is definitely OEM plus, and it really looks good in my opinion. Completely transformed the look of the car. So with the set of wheels and blacking out my side trim, this should look mint. So I plan on getting my paint corrected. It looks good on camera, but it has a lot of calcium buildup on it. And I'm gonna wrap my interior trim. I got some wrap for it. That'll be one of my next few videos. The money shot's up at the front. That's where you're gonna really see a big difference. That AK lip looks awesome. I love it. So I think I'm gonna get busy buffing the bumpers and any spots that are looking a little dull, just to make them look mint. And then I'm gonna get some shots outside in daylight, and then I'll insert those at the end of this video, and then we'll conclude. Alright, next order of business, we're going to install a front license plate mount. I got this kit from ECS Tuning. Comes with all the hardware you'll need. You just pop off your tow hook cover, and it gives you everything you need to be able to install this on the front of your car without drilling holes on your bumper. So you basically insert this piece here. Get yourself a 19 to snug this up. Now you got to release these screws here. Very rigid once you tighten things down. Unfortunately, Texas is one of those states where you need to have a front license plate, so I kind of had to do this, but you don't really disrupt the look of the front end when you go with one of these license plate mounts. That's how it looks on the car. If you're interested in one of these license plate mounts, I'll put a link in the description. You can get it from ECS Tuning. Just a quick disclaimer, if you do end up buying that from the link in the description, it does help the channel. I'm partnered up with them. Alright guys, this is going to conclude this series on the M Sport conversion and LCI facelift for an E90. Hopefully you guys found this video entertaining. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. I upload regularly. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.